I want to know, by show of hands, who are here for the first time. Please just raise your hands. Okay, all right, good. By a show of hands, I also want to know people that already have a running business, whether small or large or medium, whatever the case might be. Please raise your hand. All right. By another last show of hands, those who don't have businesses and are just thinking about it, but you are not in business, please raise your hand. Okay, all right. Because it's important to know your audience. Okay. And as a way of introduction and just saying things. So the Dr. S.M. Chirisa platform is structured, or these sessions are structured in such a way that maybe I will present for about 50 minutes max, so that we can have about 30 minutes for question and answer. I do have to say that the question and answer is a session for non-political questions, just strictly business. So we've got the right not to answer and to throw you out of the building. I just jokes. We just won't answer. But please, let's stick our questions strictly to business or entrepreneurship. You can ask things about what we have learned or anything about business. But when you ask, please be precise, be concise, go straight to the point. Do not preach. I'm the preacher, and if you want to see me preach, you can come on Sunday. All right? Okay. So, let's start. One of the reasons I always want to tell people why I do what we do. A lot of people come to me and ask, why are you doing this for free? And here is my reason. When I started business years ago and struggled and in business because I didn't know what to do, I did not have anybody who I could ask. I could see some people who were making it, but they were out of reach. I could not reach them. I could not call them. And I think in that state, I could not even go. They would probably, if I had gone to see them, they would probably not give me an ear or, any time. So I said to myself that the day, Lord, you make me rich, I will teach other people. And one of the things that I've also seen is that if I teach you to be rich, I become richer. I become richer because when you wish good and well to others, you receive the same. You get what I'm saying? So I know what I'm doing. I'm not a stupid person. Some people are saying, why don't you charge $5? Why did you charge this? Then I said, the people that I'm talking to, they might not have the capacity to pay me what I'm worth right now. But if I teach them, one day, everybody say one day, maybe 10 years from now, you'll be a multi-millionaire. And you remember somebody who was not related to you, who gave you a platform, an idea, a solution that made you rich. And you'll be able to thank me the way I'm supposed to be thanked. Not by $5. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So that's why I don't do that. So for now, it's for free. But it is not free to us. It is not free to my wife. In fact, hosting you guys just like this, it costs us more than $1,000. In fact, each session cost us about $2,500 just to host you. All right? Because there are people that are recording, there are people that are working, there are people, all those cleaning, flowers, and all those kind of things. So it costs us money to host you. But we do this because we believe that we want to make a dent in the earth. That when I'm gone, somebody will say, surely this man made an impact in my life. All right? Okay. So, let's go to our lesson for today. Learning how to pitch. But before I do that, I just want to speak about 5 ways to get rich. There are no other ways to get rich. There are 5 ways. You either inherit it, and just by looking, my father passed away. I inherited nothing. And there are so many other people that are in my shoe. You inherit nothing. If your if your mother passes away, you inherit nothing. So you can either inherit it. Hopefully, we make you so rich that at least you can pass some money to your children or children. But most of us here, we are not inheriting anything. If you inherit anything, it's probably a curse or something. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Number two, you can either marry it. All right? And we are seeing it on social media. Some brainless people getting married. I don't know what I'm saying. But are you hearing? So you can marry the money. You can marry the money. You can either win it, play lotto, Betway. A lot of people are doing that now. I hope you are not part of this audience because that's a stupid move. Okay? Betting good by living by chance. Are you hearing what I'm saying? We don't do that. We do planning. And so you can win it. Or you can be an executive. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because if you are just an ordinary worker in any company, you will not be rich. You will survive. In fact, your pay was designed just to make you survive so that it will finish before the month is over so that you can come back to work the next month. Because if you are given enough money so that you don't need to come back for the next 2 years, you'll come back, you'll just work 1 month and never come back. So the salary was designed that it will finish so that next month you come back to work. So the only way you can be rich is probably be an executive in a proper company. I know some of you call yourself CEOs, but you're the only person in that company. You are not an executive. That's not an executive position. Okay. Kuzisingisa. I hear what I'm saying. So you need to be an executive. So I was an executive, and I've been executive. And what I found out is that when that executive team, their salary bill will be more than the whole company of people in thousands, and there'll be like 12 of them. Or 50% of the whole salary bill will be going to the executives, the rest. So I'm telling you the truth. So if you're in a company and you're not in the executive, you're playing. So if you don't want to get into business, then you better put yourself in a position so that you go to the top. Because it's the top 1% that is paid, that's where money is. Or for 95% of people who become rich, they became rich by starting a business. The other 4 ways is 4%. It contributes 4%, but 95% of people who become rich in any lifetime do it because they are in business. While business is tough, it's probably your best way to become rich. So we better pay attention. And what we are doing in Dr. S.M. Chirisa is not giving you one thing that makes you rich today, but what we are saying that if you come to these seminars every month, after some months, you would have staked enough knowledge and skill to make you a winner in any business. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so if you come here once and you don't come back, you are missing the point. You have to learn different aspects of the business so that you can be globally, have sufficient knowledge for you to be a success. So coming once will not help. Jump in, jump out will not help. That's why we give you these dates in advance so that you block them. It's for your own good, my friend, it's for your own good. I'm already rich, I don't have to listen to myself. Me and my wife, we were in 1 month in America, and we are just going city to city. We went to Las Vegas, we went to Dallas, we went to Texas, then we went to Missouri. We were just on holiday for 1 month. You can't even afford a holiday. Heroes, unongwato broker, heroes. And uno broker ne heroes muno muri pamereka ba, you know what I'm saying? One coach wakutodzoka chiti enonzi wallet yadambuka, it's serious. Tell your neighbor, be serious. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's move. So I'm gonna learn you how to teach, to pitch. And here's the thing. I have done so many pitches. I have pitched myself. I have pitched, I don't know how many. I've probably done hundreds of pitches. And because, for example, 10 years ago when we were starting our drug rehabilitation program, units, which we sold, by the way, and were paid to another group. Because one of these days I'm gonna teach you how to think like an investor, so that you can invest in your business with an exit in mind. Africans, we run businesses until they get broke. But wise people start businesses to sell so that they can have a liquidity event that gives them big money all of a sudden. But we don't want that, you know. I don't know, but it's a mindset that we have to deal with. So I've done pitching. When I was looking for money for that, I didn't have any money. I had an idea. While I had an idea, I was looking for 160,000 US dollars. I had zero money. I went and pitched to 25 people. 2 people responded, 1 gave me money. And the rest is history. So if you do not know how to pitch, so pitching is like hunting. You have to pitch to some people. Some people will not listen to you. Some people will listen to you. But you must know that pitching is like hunting. Pitching is like throwing a net. Pitching is hard. It's not easy, it's hard. You have to learn how to pitch. You have to practice how to pitch. Pitching is selling your idea. It's selling your idea. And what you're looking for is for action at the end of it all. It is soliciting for action. Whether it's money, whether it's partnership, whether it's rent. So every time you are pitching, when you go and negotiate with your landlord, you are pitching. When you look for rent, when you look for space, when you look for discount, when you look for workers, when you get workers, when you even talk to people to come and join you when you are just starting and you've got no money and you've got no business, you have to learn how to pitch. You have to learn how to pitch. So if you don't know how to pitch, then you, as a business person, you are in trouble. So it's a skill that you need to know. And most people didn't come today because they said it's pitching. But if you said how to get money, but you actually get the money through pitching. So you must learn how to pitch. You must know how to pitch. If you can't pitch, you will be ignored by the market. If you can't pitch, you'll be underrated. Because the market will only know about your idea when you tell them about your idea. They're not going to dream about your idea. You have never dreamt about OK, you have never dreamt about Econet. They had to pitch to you. So people are not going to dream about your idea, even if you go to the mountain and say, Lord, supernatural, advertise my business. That's nonsense. You must learn how to pitch. You understand what I'm saying? You pitch. If you don't know how to pitch, you will remain poor as a business person, no matter how brilliant your idea is. So it's not the problem. The idea is not the problem. In fact, there are other stupid ideas that have made money. That person made lots of money. That all those games, stupid ideas, they don't even do anything, but they made money. So you can have a brilliant idea and make no money because you can't pitch. So let's learn how to pitch now. When you learn how to pitch, you must be able to tell a story. And I've told you time and time again, you must learn how to tell your story. Why are you doing what you're doing? At the beginning of this session, I told you my story, why I am doing what I'm doing. It's my story. Whether the story is true or false, that's another issue, but I told you a story. And I have told you that people love stories because we are humans. Humans love stories. They want to know how things end. That's why even on social media, you follow stories. Why are you following a story? Because as a human, you love stories. So the people that you are pitching to love your story. And in your story is, why are you doing what you are doing? Why now? And you have to show the emotions. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you must have a story. So every business person here must have a story. If you don't have a story about why you are doing what you are doing, then you're in trouble. So if the reason why you are doing what you are doing is just to make money, then you're definitely in trouble. Because people are not impressed by you making money. People are impressed about the story behind. You understand what I'm saying? There's this guy who started Lyft. And his story is, I came to Zimbabwe and I saw people catching Lyft. And he started an Uber kind of like thing. And now it's $1 billion business. But he learned the idea. And the thing is, when he was pitching it, he told his Zimbabwean story. What's your story? Do you have a story for your business? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you selling clothes? Why are you selling hair? Why can't you say, you know what, I didn't even think I was going to be selling hair. But you know, one day I bought this hair and I thought it was genuine. And when I went one night, when I woke up, it was like guru in my on my head. And I said, no, this should not be. This can't be. And it touched me, and I said, people should not suffer like this, so I'm going to look for genuine hair. That's why I do what you've got a story. You've got a story. So if you don't have a story, you can't sell anything, because people buy emotions. People buy emotions. So you better put your story in there. You understand what I'm saying? Why are you selling soccer balls? Why are you selling cell phones? Why are you selling? Look for a story. Look for a story. So by the end of Monday, everybody here must have a story about their business, or else go back to work. You understand what I'm saying? You must have a story. You must have a story. And that story must have what I call the arc of the story. Three things that connect the story, that makes the story relevant as you pitch. It must talk about the pain that you saw and experienced firsthand. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You must have experienced it firsthand. So maybe you are in medicine or you're a pharmacist. Why are you opening pharmacies? You know what? I went to a certain pharmacy. I was so desperate. My mother was so sick. I went to this pharmacy and I couldn't find this drug. I went up and about and I could not find it. I almost lost my mother. Then I said, when I am ready to practice, I will make sure I will stock all the drugs that are not found in this country. You've got a story. Who wants to give me a business that they're doing? Any, just lift up your hand. Let's hear you. Do you have a story? Okay, say. 1 minute story. Stand. Give him a mic. This is practical. And I want a lady volunteer somewhere. Okay. Up there. Let's move, guys. Where is the roving mic? They not prepared them. They prepared them for the answers. Can you give to the lady? And then one comes this side. Give to the lady, and the other one, Nyasha, come and be ready with this guy so that, yes, what's your story?
Good evening. I'm Yvonne Mateko, and I'm into manufacturing and distribution of sanitary ware, that is sanitary pads. I come from a background where sanitary pads are something that is seen as sacred. I grew up struggling personally when it comes to what to put on when it's that time of the month. These were influenced by cultural barriers and also economical barriers. I remember at some time I was actually using socks school socks that I used to wear, I would fold them and use them as sanitary pads. And then I was like, it's not just me, but a lot of girls are going through this. And when I grow up, I want to bring a solution to this menstrual poverty. And here I am today. I am actually I'm manufacturing and distributing reusable sanitary pads, which is not just a sanitary pad, but which is reusable and sustainable.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. All right, let's hear the other story. Let's hear the other
Good
story,
evening.
and I'll comment on those stories so that we can learn.
Good evening. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. My name is Naboth Mavu. I'm a marketer by profession, or a self-taught marketer or digital marketer. So my story is comprised of two stories. Okay. So,
Give us one story.
All right. Yeah.
Because of time. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm passionate about business, and I've been passionate about business when I was still young, when I graduated from high school and stuff. So I started pitching, and I was not good at pitching, or even though I was good, but then I thought that to start a business, you need capital and you need to ask people for money. So I spent years doing that, and it was never successful. And then I started a small business of marketing, and then I was marketing for people, and then I realized that people don't want to pay for marketing services. They can do it for a month or two, and then they don't want to pay. So I just decided that I'm going to start my own business and use my own skills that I know. The skill that I'm selling to people, I'm going to employ it on my business. And that's how I started. I started a shop, and then I started selling during COVID, because I saw a challenge. People were buying online, and then they didn't have products, and they didn't know where to buy. So I started selling stuff online, and then it was a success.
Okay, all right. So, that was nearer to a pitch, but not so good. That was not a pitch at all. Okay? Now, if it was me selling sanitary pads, I would say, I remember one day when I was in grade 7. I just saw blood. Everybody started laughing at me. I got so embarrassed. And I said, no girl should suffer this. Me. You see the emotions. It's the same story. But you went and no, people are not interested in that. People want to know what's the story, what made you tick. So that's what I would do. It's a 1 minute. So I saw. So the arc is talking about what you experienced firsthand, the size of the market. So this is the pain, or this is the problem. The size of the market, no girl anywhere in Africa should experience this. And this is the solution that we're offering. Reusable pads. You buy them once and they last you 6 months. So I'm looking for somebody who can help me to solve this problem. You understand what I'm saying? You win people's hearts. That's the purpose of pitching. To the guy, I am a self-taught entrepreneur. Didn't have the privilege to get a degree like others. But I decided that I'm going to make it anyhow. It has not been easy, but I started my business and used the same skills that I learned on the internet. And today, I employ 12 people. But what I want now is to scale my business through the experience that I have learned. You understand what I'm saying? You're pitching. It's the same story, but you can do it better. Okay, so you must have the story, you must have the arc, that personal experience. So bring out the pain point, bring out the size of what you are doing. Okay, so when I started, for example, operating my drug rehabs, I said, listen, I had 2 friends of mine. One shot himself with a shotgun, one died with an overdose. I was with them the day before they died, and I never knew it, that they were suffering from drug addiction. So now, I then said, I must provide a solution. There are many other youths like that all over, both rich and old, size of the market. So my solution is, I'm offering drug rehabilitation for 6 months, for 6 weeks, at a limited cost for those who can. I'm going to try to save as many people as I can. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm looking for people who will help me to achieve this. Have the story, have the arc, okay? And in that, you must know your audience. Who are you talking to? Who are the people that are listening to you? You must know their age. You must know their gender. You must know their agenda. You must know their pain point. You must know what drives them. You must know what drives them. For example, if you are pitching to NGOs, NGOs are not looking to make a profit. They are looking to make a social impact. So if you say, we'll make money, NGOs over there, no, you get what I'm saying? You are pitching to the wrong people. But if you are pitching to a venture capitalist or somebody who wants to put in his money for a profit, and you say, no, we will have social impact, we will make, he's not interested in that, he's interested in money, so you have to know who you are pitching to. You understand what I'm saying? So some of us, we pitch the wrong things to the wrong people, or the right things to the wrong people. We must know our audience. We must know what is their pain point. We must know what they are looking for. And we must know what drives them. So it's important for you to investigate the person that you are pitching to. If you know that you are going to pitch to somebody, know what they do, what they drive, what, Google them on LinkedIn, what degrees that they have, what accolades they've won, what awards they've won, anything about them. Ask, know. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because you need to know, because by doing that, you know what drives that person. So when you're pitching to me, you must know that I'm going after profit. Okay, I'm looking for profit. I'm looking for growth, because that's what I am. You understand what I'm saying? So you must know your audience. You must know who you are talking to. And the structure of the pitch, it must be short and concise. Some of you tell us long, winding stories. They are boring. People don't have time to listen. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have time to listen to your boring story. You have to be short, concise, to the point. You understand what I'm saying? And most of us, our pitches are so long, winding. You understand what I'm saying? And you start, oh, you know what? I grew up in Gokwe, and then my mother had a difficult time giving me even my name. Let me just tell you about that one. It's another, People will start to sleep. Tell us why you are here, because people, they don't have time to listen. It must be easy to understand. Something happened here when I think, and it must be well articulated. It is important for you to speak well. One of the things that we are going to do in this house, I'm going to bring one of those guys who teaches public speaking, and we'll just do a double header, and we teach you how to speak. Because if you do not know how to speak, you probably are not going to do well with pitching and in business. Because business is all about selling. You're selling something, you're selling a service, you're selling a product, and you do it by speaking. At some point, you're going to have to speak to somebody to get that check signed. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you have to be articulate, and you have to practice. And so when you practice, remember, you are in a professional setting. You cannot use unprofessional language. I don't know what language you guys use. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because I'm professional, so but unotanga kutaura or you are pitching, and then what? Saka wakutanga kutaura nesho na uchipicha. You get what I'm saying? You choose a language. You understand what I'm saying? And you continue and you stay with it. And most of us, we cannot speak in English for 5 minutes without adding Sean. Ask your neighbor, can you speak for 5 minutes without speaking in Sean? I'm telling you. Because if you are not articulate, it shows me that you haven't practiced, you are not taking this serious, and you are unprofessional, and I cannot trust you. it must have an opening, and I usually say that your opening, cram the opening. Don't read your opening. Speak from the heart. You understand what I'm saying? You can then use the other things by looking, but your opening must be crammed. You must know it verbatim. You must know how to speak it. And then you give a strong conclusion. The conclusion might be strong because people will remember what you say at first and will remember what you say last. They don't care. So your strong points must come out at first. You understand what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. And you must know that there are different pitches. There's a pitch to investors. There's a pitch when you're looking for money. The reason why most of us, our businesses are not moving is because they don't have money. They don't have cash flow. And you must be able to pitch to your friends, pitch to your relatives, pitch to people that you do not know. Because you must be able to pitch even to banks. Pitch to whatever organization that gives you money. Whether you are in the corporate space or NGO space, whatever, you must be able to pitch because your business needs money. An idea without money will die. That's why I say that an idea without funding is dead in its tracks. So people will say, oh, I've got an idea, it's $1 million idea. If it's not funded, it's a zero idea. And most of you protect your idea so much that you die with it and the idea dies with you. But here's what I say. When an idea comes to a person, even if it's a new idea, it's never given to an individual. It's given, and ideas are planted among many. If you don't do it, you're going to see the same idea after 6 months, somebody doing it. But what the difference between you and them is that they got funding for their idea. So I've been funded by relatives. It's a difficult one because they'll take a big stake and they want to know what you are doing. Okay? But I've been funded by my sisters. I've been funded by family. I've been funded by banks. I've been funded by strangers. But whatever it is, you still need to pitch. So when you are pitching to investors, it's different when you are pitching to customers. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna teach you how to pitch to investors, and I'm gonna teach you how to pitch to customers. Those two pitches are different because these ones you are wanting them to buy, these ones you want them to give you money. All right? So when you're pitching to investors, you must tell them what you do. And we investors, one of the things that we look at is we want to know what you're doing. So you're telling us you are producing reusable. That's interesting. So how are we going to make money if it's going to be reusable? Because we thought the more they are used. You get what I'm saying? So as an investor, so you have to tell me where the money is. All right? Okay? Who is in your team? And most of you, this is where you lose because you just tell us about what you do. So you say, good, listen, I have put up a team of experts with a total of 50 years experience together. This one is the operations, he's the chief marketing officer. He has worked for Briquettes and Chaguti. He's got a master's. You understand what I'm saying? I'm selling the people, I'm selling the team. This one is our finance person. He's a CA, or he's young, or he's just finished, but he's brilliant. I'm the originator of the idea, but I knew that I could not do it because we are not very keen on people who is alone. Because when you're alone, you've got too many blind spots. And you need a team around you that can look at your blind spots. So investors rarely invest in one person. The only people that invest in one person are usually your relatives. And they'll give you trickles. But if it is an institution that wants to give you money, they want to see your team. So if you're serious about business, you have to put a team together. And I want to say this, in Africa, this is so difficult because we are so fond of owning the whole. We want to own 100% of a rat. But yet you can own 20% of an elephant and be richer. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to change our mindset. Now, I know some of you are saying, oh, it's my business. So we're going to teach you how to do partnerships. Because all my businesses, most of them, are partnerships, and they've been doing, one partnership started in 2009, it's working up to now, and we're expanding. You understand what I'm saying? So partnerships do work with the right methodology, with the right thinking. The problem with partnership is that when you are in partnership, you do not know whether you are working in the business or on the business. Okay? So, and there's somebody who's working in the business, and there's somebody who's working outside the business. But anyway, let's not talk about that now. You must tell us about your team composition. Who is in your team? If I see that your team is weak, I'm not going to put in some money. Because I want a team that is robust. I want to know who is advising you. I want to know the kind of things they are experiencing and what they are thinking. So it's important when you're looking for money to tell us who is your running mate, who is in your team. Most of you don't have teams. You don't have teams. But all great companies have got teams. You can never do something big on your own. Because the day you've got flu, the whole company has got flu. But if you've got a team, when you've got flu, the team will keep the business running. The reason why me and my wife could afford to go to America for a month, there was a team which was running. Not just, there was a team which was running. Even in the church, we've got a team that runs the church. I don't run the church. There's a team. There's a team that runs the businesses. So you can afford, in fact, to know whether you've got a strong team, you do what is called the 90-day test. Be away from your business. I've got a business that is doing pretty well. Pretty well. I've not been in that premise since October last year. So I'm just, and it's working. Because there is a team. If you leave your business for 2 minutes, for 2 weeks, you will come back, there's no business because you've got no team. You tell us, the investors, your traction, what have you achieved so far? So you say, of course, so we know where to get this, we know where to get these things for cheap, we can bring them close, and things like that. You understand what I'm saying? What have you done, the traction? What are the unique insights? So you then say that they are NGOs, they are church that are buying these, especially for rural, but they are buying them here. So those are the ones that we want to supply. You understand what I'm saying? What is the size of the market? We are talking about the rural girl child. And they are in millions that are in puberty right now. 30, 40, 60% of this country is under 35. And 55 of those are girls, and they'll be menstruating. Telling us the size. So we can see that there's a potential here. And what you ask, I'm asking for $10,000 for me to get the machines so that we can produce them cheaper instead of buying them the way we are. You understand what I'm saying? It's very clear. And you're telling us exactly what you want. Don't say, so what do you want? Finance. What are you talking? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Your ask must be very clear. Tell us what you want. So, for example, when I preach to people on Sunday, I tell them exactly what I want. I want somebody to receive Jesus. If you want to receive Jesus, come right now. It's a call to action. You can say, okay, what is that? Are you hearing what I'm saying? There must be a specific action. The purpose of preaching is to lead people to a specific action. So what do you want from the investors? Do you want space to rent? Do you want money? Do you want management? Do you want, what do you want? So you must know that. Then you pitch to customers. Your pitch to customers is you pitch to customers so that they buy from you. So that they can buy from you. Okay? And I want to tell you something about how people buy. People buy when the conditions are right. So this is how 3 components that must be there for the conditions to be right. It must be logical. It must make sense. So when you're pitching, it must make sense. If you tell me Zina, I'm not okay. There is $1. See, wakaripeka. No lasted 10 years. I hear what I'm saying. It's not logical. It doesn't make any sense. You get what I'm saying? You must also use emotions or brands You understand what I'm saying? So people buy emotionally, including guys, they buy emotionally. The reason why you are buying the sneaker that you are saying, because you want to feel good. The cologne that you are wearing, you want to feel good. Are you hear what I'm saying? Even the cap and I went to my barber yesterday. So when I was there, in Joker was Sudan. You seen these guys. How do you get was it in kitchen? What you makwa over is going to my die to where that could say that if these guys would use this amount of precision in making money, these guys will be rich. But they are using all that precision to get what food. David, after I paid, when you this beard is perfect. Do you want to no, it's about. Are you hearing what I'm saying? No, I'm not against that. So it is. I was saying to this barber, you must charge me half price because ndashika chigerwa ndagerwa ndakapedza kugerwa iye achirungogerwa tobhadhara same man ndakuda half price. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But why is that guy going ositarisa pamira so amana wari mwanozvida mwana tarisa pamira so? I know what I'm saying. I thought it was just women. These guys, they are emotional also. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So people buy because it's emotional. So when you're selling, bring out the emotions. And I always say, good, don't sell clothes, sell the emotion. Don't sell the phone, sell the experience. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Kuti phone yenyu, dipe phone yangu. Kuti no, pane dzimwe phone dzinobuditsika pane vanhu. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah. Even pamchato wakadaso, hello? Even wakachikora chirungu asi unenge wakapenga. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I used to tell you to oneka mbudza. Are you hearing? Wotanga kushisna chirungu, hello? Uri pambuza wadati garira bene mbudza yako. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Because people sell experiences and emotions. So whatever you are selling, if you cannot emotionalize what you are selling, you are not going to sell. You are not going to sell. You are not going to sell. If you are a pastor, if you cannot emotionalize your message, you are not going to sell. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So what are you selling? Even uchitengesa huku. Huku dzepano. Munorara makadekara. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Have you seen how people sell who are selling cars? What is the connection here? Are you hear what I'm saying? They are selling emotions. They are not stupid. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So whatever you are selling, put emotions, sell an emotion. Emotionalize it. For example, when I'm selling when I want to admit a drug addict into my hospital, I don't even talk to the drug addict. I'll go and talk to the parents. And this is bad. Because you must bring in the pain point. I don't my one. But you know what? We can give you your son back. Man is not the issue. What imari inoendera neupenyu hwemwana. You know what the parents say? Yes, ndapinda. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah. You must be emotional. So whatever you are doing, whatever you are selling, whether caps, whatever it is, whether you are a printer, whether you are what, bring the emotion, sell the emotion. Sell the emotion. Find an emotional way to sell your things. Am I talking to somebody? You have to find in your story, it must be emotions. And you must also bring agency. For example, we recently got a call from Botswana. And so They said, listen, we want to open my drug rehab. So we Googled, and I got not my drug rehab. So, to consultants. Said, fine, we'll do the consultants for you. Said, no, what we want is to go that business plan. Now, not know for your business plan, we'll charge 3,000. Then, and that one be the business plan. Then team and that you couldn't go Botswana, she got the business plan. Tinaro business plan. That I'm going to be some so that's red. So I can see Mariangu ya short. Can I pay you 2,000 now? Then I pay you 1,000 later, and that takamupa atipa 2,000. 1,000 I say, it's okay. Then Namut, let's give him a discount. Namut, if you pay us 2.5 now, we'll give you everything. 2.5 was paid. You create agents. You get what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm saying? So that's why when you walk into my shop. So the other time when we were in Las Vegas, so Dee bought which shop did we go into? Louis Vuitton or so she bought a bag or something. I don't know what she bought. I was just sitting there, just relaxing. You know what I'm saying? But what happened in that shop? Munenge musnakuswa mabega akawanda. You know what I'm saying? You shop yakatsinyirwa ma t-shirt utomboona yese white akadaiso. You know what I'm saying? Ari kusho kuti zvakatowanda saka price inofana kuchipa. So if you go where the price is high, the things go to one. In fact, when you go and find, no, this is just for display. You book. Not good, they are just trying to create crisis. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Even Ichiripo, are you hearing what I'm saying? That's why even Iwe Usango Batika. Be rare. Because if you are not rare, you are cheap. You have just cheapened your life. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Even if pastors are arguing about, let me look at my diary. I think I'll be free around 4:30. Is that okay? I think I can squeeze time. You want pastor? Be rare. Are you hearing what I'm saying, somebody? Don't cheapen yourself. Because you guys, you are so cheap, you are so desperate. All right, Dr. Mira, Dr. Bramkeza, don't fake it up. Mukombi. So yesterday I was called by a customer. Hey, it's agent. It's impossible to see me. It's impossible to see me. In fact, I'm going to give you my number of my PA. My diary. I don't even know good. But one thing that I know, tomorrow is fully booked. Jerobane space. I must be there. Because the day you come, I charge. And I've created a sense of urgency. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So that's how people buy. All right, let me finish now. Is this helping somebody? Yes. All right. Have a clear call to action. What is the next step? Let's buy. Close the sale. What should they do? Don't just leave people hanging. So what? So this is what I want you to do. A very clear action, call to action. The moment you present, there must always be a what? Clear action plan. So sometimes I invite people to church. It's a pitch. Hi, hey, what are you doing? Which church do you go to? I'm just going to church. Oh, you know what? You need to come to Wisdom City if you don't have a church. It's very nice, professional, clean environment, good pastor, me. You know, yes. So, which service are you coming? Even as now, choose the service. Come on, choose. Are you a morning person or an afternoon person? I'm a morning person. So there's 8 o'clock, 8:31 suits you best. So see you on Sunday. I've given you. All right. And I've given them a call to action. So don't just pitch to get results. Saka, what you do when you're pitching about, all right, Saka party, sit in your routine. You know what I'm saying? But what you sit, don't you sit. Are you know what I'm saying? The other time, people come to me and say, "Toda kumadmit," but asitata yemangwanda that no. Imimi chienda kunotora hembe dzake. Uyi atoita say, atosara. Sister, mubigire sadza uyu rake uyu. You know what I'm saying? One also, but ndatokecha. That a call to action. Every pitch must lead to a call for action. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Must be action oriented. You're professional. Your look. I always say that you are dressed the way you dress. So one of the things that you must do is when you're pitching to people, wear how they are wearing. In on the mirroring. All of us, we know kuti wakaenda kurufu. Taiti vananonga chifeka, vanonga chitaura nyewewe, then vosvika pagate, votanga kuchema. Science has actually shown kuti they are not faking crying. It's easier to cry when others are crying. It's easier to laugh when others are laughing. That's why when the comedy show, ni jwaga ngobuda so, wautanga utoseka. Hapana chataura. Why? Because wanu harunga say. So anonzi ma mirror neurons. You've got mirror neurons in your head that will look at what the other person and you want to do like them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay. So the best way, because also you want to mirror the person. Because so if you know the customers are fake in a certain way, when in that day in that same way, so that they feel comfortable and they feel good. You are friends. You are in the same. So that they can buy from you. Because people buy from people that they like. You understand what I'm saying? So make them, so look professional, be clean, but put it into practice. Dress, investigate how this person dresses, and for that pitch, you dress. If they like tie, you go with the tie. If they like casual, you go with casual. You understand what I'm saying? So it is important when you're a pitcher and you're a businessman. Clothes is not a waste. It's part of the dress. It's part of the regalia to make money. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Must also use professional language. Okay? Don't use all these things. You've got the first 1 minute is very key. You must put attention there. Strong opening, and you practice the sentence. Everybody say practice. You must practice. You must practice. So I speak, this afternoon I was doing a presentation, a 1 hour presentation. I'm speaking today, I'm speaking tomorrow, I'm speaking on Sunday, 2 services. I was speaking on Thursday, I was speaking on Wednesday. So I've been practicing. I've probably made, in 1 week, I can speak for maybe 7 hours. You don't even speak, you get what I'm saying? So I'm always practicing. So the way I articulate is better than you. You, because it's not regular, when you know you are pitching, you need to practice. And I always say that you must practice your pitch between 10 to 20 times. Your opening sentence must be in your head. Your closing sentence must be in your head. All right. So that's how you pitch. So you must learn how to pitch, so that you can get some money. So money flows to those who can pitch. So pitching is selling to investors to give you money, or to customers to still give you money. Questions? Questions? Lots of questions. All right. So let's start with this end. Let's say 1. Oh, there are so many questions. I want women as well. Okay, but let's start over there. Let's start with this one. We've got 30 minutes. Is that okay? 30 minutes. Then
Greetings to you, good doctor, SM Chirisa. Happy new month to you and all. My name is Samuel Mbewe. I am a catspreneur. In the sense that I am in the informal sector, the business of hiring cats or Zingoro, Kuma location, Kwantinova. I have a question and a humble request that I have. My question is a bit unconventional. May you please open a business WhatsApp chat group for us as masterclass attendees, so that we don't just come here, then we learn and we part, but be part of a group or a community where we pay subscriptions towards a common societal corporate social responsibility goal, where we can pay, for example, $4 a month subscription and raise money to fight against the scourge of drug and substance abuse in Zimbabwe, and even network and do business get-togethers. So you can collect our phone numbers, add us into a database, and open a WhatsApp group for us, and make us one big successful business network. And my request is, in all my 28 years of life, I have never ever shaken the hand of a US dollar multi-millionaire.
Come and
so
shake me.
Please shake your hand.
All right. So, yeah, so Torah pics are profound. All right. Come on, put your hands together for this guy. A catpreneur, a cat. All right. Good. So, thank you. You can sit down. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Look, it's up to the people that are in here what they want to do. We've got a team. We can have that platform, and we can do more. We can make it robust. Conferences, day seminars. Here is just something that I just said, we just do this, as a little contribution back. But if you want to organize this into a robust body where we really help each other and make each other succeed, why not? But it needs committed people. So those that really want this, you can meet our PA. Where is Julie? Julie, are you here? Okay. So after this, those who want to be part of that organizing committee or whatever, see her and we can start something from there. All right, next question. I want a lady, please. Yes. Then we'll come. All right, please stand.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chirisa. My name is Coach Nyari. Good evening, everyone. I own a company that teaches English, right? So I'm an English coach. So my question is on investors. So you talked about how investors need you to have a team. So I'm just asking a question for most people who are probably here, who just started their business. So my company is a year old. I registered it last year, so it means that it's going to be a year this year. So I only have an assistant and a marketing manager. So you say that investors need you to have a huge team, right?
Not
so
a huge team.
Then a strong team. All right. All right. So does it mean that if your team is not yet strong enough or yet big enough, you cannot pitch to investors? And if so, then what would you advise a person like me to do if they need somebody to come in and invest in my company?
All right.
Thank you so much.
So the size of your team depends with your vision or where you are going. You get what I'm saying? So don't overspec your team if you're still small, because you make a loss. You understand what I'm saying? But what investors or anybody who wants to give you money, what they're interested in is the capacity, the intellect of this team. Does it have the capacity to produce the results that I am putting money into? Are you hearing what I'm saying? So investors themselves, they don't want to be running. They don't want to be the one running the business or coming and doing your business. So for example, if you say, I want to start a school, I want to increase my students to 100, but I don't have money, I'm looking for somebody who can invest. The investor will say, who else is in your team? Because when the students get to that level, you are not able to do them by yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to know who else is in that team. So you've got a marketing person, who else is the operator, who else is doing the finances. tell me what these people are capable of so that I can judge to know whether my money is what? Is safe. If I feel that my money is not safe with the individuals with you as an individual and the people around you, I'm not going to part with my money. But if I feel comfortable with the team that you have put around, then I'm happy to put money in there. So it's not the size, it is the mind. It is the size of the mind of the people that are around you. So even when I'm looking for investors and partners, I'm also not looking for people who just give me money. I'm also looking for people who can, I actually say I look for people who can cover my weaknesses. I must know my own strengths. And I say, I'm weak in this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get people and look for people who can cover my weaknesses. That's what I'm looking for, to see whether are you a robust, and are the people that you have in your team, do they have the mind to push their vision and accomplish it? Because if you don't, it will not happen. All right. Let's hear from the other lady.
Good evening, Dr. Chirisa. Good evening, everyone. I'm Hazel, and I run a skincare business. And I have 2 questions on the topic how to pitch to customers. The first question is, people buy when conditions are right. So I was kindly asking which conditions these are. And then the second question is, you mentioned that use emotions. You must use emotions when pitching to customers. So I was kindly asking, for a skincare business, which kind of emotions can I bring out of a customer? Thank you.
Okay. All right. So this, I said it must be logical. It must use emotions, and you must use agency. You get what I'm saying? So if you've got skincare, it depends with, let's suppose somebody, ane bundu, adidga, ane my eruption, isn't it? So munaka uya aruda skincare. What you need to do, you don't say with sipo inopeza mapundu. Unoti, what is the occasion? Because people usually use this preparing for an occasion. You get what I'm saying? But so you be a consultant. What is the occasion? Why come now? What is there anything coming out very soon so that I can know which one to give you? Because some are slow and nice, some will give you quick results, but they rebound. You understand what I'm saying? So you look and say, this one, those are the emotions. How could tenga sipo? Are you what I'm saying? You'll be wherever you are with this, your skin. And you can even upsell. Good, as I don't skin you penya kama ukantenge makwati. Are you what I'm saying? So no fun you are using emotions. You are still selling the beauty things. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the emotions. That's why I say that for every business, don't sell the product. Sell the feeling of using the product or the result of using the product. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So you sell good. After you have used my product, this is the way you will be feeling. That's what you must sell. Even when you're advertising. Do you want to look good? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to be the center of attention? Come for these hair products. You understand what I'm saying? But you have used emotions. And everybody, those emotional pitches are the ones that get them your attention. You get what I'm saying? They get their attention. So that's how you use. Most of you are just using product. Hey, motor yangu. You know what I'm saying? Motor yangu in a 300 horsepower. They're white. In a mass out. It's one lady used. That is nonsense. How many cars are there? You know what I'm saying? But do you want a car? You go to a party dead. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Those that no supply. You understand what I'm saying? I'm using emotions. So I sell. So everything, every business here, there's an emotional component to it. So look for it, hunt for it, and you can even ask people, give me an emotional thing about what we are selling here, whether clothes, caps, whatever it is, meal. You get what I'm saying? Did you see that advert? I stay dehydrated and my skin is looking what? Skin, Who saw that one? They are using emotions to sell water. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So you be emotional and use agency. Show good these things, they are in demand. You get what I'm saying? So when I hear about iyo yakapera asi uyemangwana. This is our fast moving. That's why even if you go to my restaurants, vanokuti our fast moving one. They are already over fast moving. So you guide to their most profitable menu. You understand? Hapana chirungo they are fast moving, but vanoku guide out in the shipping. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah. So they guide you. So that's what you do. Yes. This is the most for most people. If you are starting this one. You understand what I'm saying? But using emotions. So those are the three conditions that need to be right. All right, next question. Oh, we are moving. Is there no... Okay, yes.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Chirisa. It feels
Good
like
evening.
you were talking to me because I actually have a pitch presentation on Tuesday. My question is, I watched a TED Talk in which the speaker was talking about building trust and empathy when you're pitching to investors. So I just wanted to find out from you, how do I build that trust?
So let me... Can you come, Tracy? Can you come? So she started a business after coming to this mentorship. You know, the fine dining. It's a school, culinary arts. She has now gone and did a degree, now doing a master's. She's just graduating. She's actually flying tomorrow to the US to get from this program. So she's now a master chef. Very few Zimbabweans have reached her level. And she has already won my awards, one of the upcoming business people. So those who need really proper culinary arts, chayo, in my certificates, sit and guilds, well registered. This is your go-to person. All right. So let me now answer your question. But thank you. All right. So here's the thing. You build trust by authenticity. When you're pitching, let the people feel you. Let people not think that urukwa fahara. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you need to come early, be humble, practice, okay, and tell your story. So your story is your trust pool, is your pool issue, is your pool issue. So, for example, if I'm pitching in US, I'll say, cuisines are rare in my nation. That's why I decided to go into culinary arts. So I came all the way, as expensive as it was, as painful as it was, so that we can give our people a taste of the goodness of food. Feel out. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You know, people, no. You get what I'm saying? You bring the emotion. You bring authenticity. You let it sink into people. You understand what I'm saying? In the Bible, there's a word known as seller. Seller. Sila or seller, it means good. You stop and think. You get what I'm saying? So you must know where to put full stops. You must know when to pause. You must know where to say, yeah, just make it sink. You get what I'm saying? So it's it's your pause, your authenticity, and your presentation that makes people believe you. And that's how you build trust. Don't lie. In what we are doing, we are not lying. Are you hearing what I'm saying? We're being authentic. We're just organizing our story for it to make sense so that it can sell and win the hearts of people for us to make a profit. You understand what I'm saying? So don't lie in what you're saying. That's how you build trust. Next question. We've got 15 more minutes.
Good evening, doctor.
Yes.
Sorry, society vechirungu. Nada kubvunzawo kuti zvamuri doctor toziva madoctor akaona ari busy. Unowana free time nguwai yekuti muite zvemabusiness enyu because vamwe vedu tatoenda kuchikoro and we are trying to balance between my businesses and school. Saka mbro advising. Thank you.
All right. Wanda chikoro kupi usingakwanisa kutaura chirungu. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Coach Tari, your student, and download this uko. Anyway, let me answer that. So, I actually started my first business when I was in 3rd year medical school at the University of Zimbabwe. That's when I started my business. I was 21. And my parents thought I was going to fail. Never did. No SAP, no nothing. Because there's something called time management. A lot of you waste your time on what I call low payoff activities. If you look at me and ask my wife, she'll tell you that my day is so busy, but it's full of high payoff activities only. And business is part of my high payoff activity. So I give it time. I block time and say, this time is for this business. This time is for this business. This time is for this activity. This time is for this activity. And I also use my evenings. Most of you work stops at 5. But I say that if you wake up to 5, you are working for a living. If you want to grow rich, you work from 5 to 10. So those extra hours, you can turn them into money hours. You read, you structure, you have your meetings, you meet even businesses, your business colleagues, and do meetings after hours. So I use my time. How you can know you are not using your time well, go and do what I call a time plan, like a timetable. From 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. What are you doing every hour? Sleeping, eating, bathing. You hear what I'm saying? And you find good. Watching football. Where is your business? So if I look at your calendar or your timetable, I know where you're putting your time. And I look where your money is going, I know where your heart is. Because if you're not investing in your business, if you're not investing in your business in terms of money, in terms of time, you are not serious. So for most of you, you are not serious. You give your time, your business the littlest, if there's that word, the least time and attention. Yet this thing is the one that can change your life. So anything that changes my life, I give it attention. You understand what I'm saying? So it's time, it's all about time management. Read books from Brian Tracy. He's got good things on time. You can also read the book known as Eat That Frog. It's a nice little book on time management. But go Innov 8. There are books on time management. They'll help you to manage your time. So all of us, we've got enough time. The only thing that we are abusing our time and wasting our time on stupid things that don't pay us. Okay. Next question.
Good evening, Doc. Good evening, everybody. My name is Louis Murove. I'm into mining. I offer mining services, and I also sell mining products. My question to you, Doc, is you were talking about coming up with a team to pitch to investors. So my question is, how do you come up with a team? What is the criteria to come up with a strong team to pitch to investors? How do you come about with that team? Do you do interviews to come up with a team for the pitch to investors? What do you come up with to have a strong team?
All right. So that's a good question. But here's the thing. The team, like I said, depends with the vision that you have. What are you trying to do? You understand what I'm saying? And the amount of money. If you are looking for 100,000 and US dollars and more, you're going to have to need a strong team. But if you're looking for $200, you don't need a team. You are the team. You get what I'm saying? You are the team. But there's a certain level of money where money will not be released to you until they see the people that surround you. You get what I'm saying? So the first thing that you must do is, how do you attract people, cerebral people that are thinking? They must see, number one, the vision, is big enough to involve them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So that they can be part of it and know that it's going to benefit them also. Send their kids to school, achieve their own dreams within your vision. It must also be big enough. So to me, the type of team that you need per session or per time differs. So what is your next level? What is your next level? How much money do you need to get there? And the type of people. So for us, when we started, we didn't have the quality of people that we have now. Right now, we've got chartered accountants as part of our team, accountants, HR people as part of our team. You understand? People with masters, marketing masters, and all those kind of people as part of our team. PhD people with part of our team at different places. Those people, they don't just come. And they could not come because there's nothing for them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So at that moment when you're starting, you use what's around you. So that's why you need to develop that team and to educate that team. You understand what I'm saying? But when you grow, you must know that the team you are not nayo might not be the team which will take you to the next level. And you must be able to know with these people, they don't have the capacity to take me to the next level. All right? They might have been faithful, but they don't have the mind for the next level. At that time, you then bring another team. Okay? Who are now going to be managers. These were not managers, they were workers. Now we're going to bring managers who can manage people and think and give you solutions. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are a member of my team, I am not paying you for me to do the work for you. I'm paying you to solve problem for me. So if there's a problem somewhere in one of our companies, I'm not going to say, don't say, don't you want to a solution? What I will do is I will teach them a framework to get solutions. Okay? I'm preaching, not preaching, I'm talking to a body in the UK next week, year leadership. If you can log in, please log in. Thousands of people, I'll be talking about leadership. And one of the things I'll be talking about, framework to solve problems. And that's what that team needs to have. So I'm looking at people. So if you are in mining, is there a geologist? Is there a mining engineer? But I'm not going to put in money. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm not going to put in money. I want to see the quality of people so that we can know good is good ways. All right? 5 more minutes. 2 questions.
Online.
So that one.
Online.
We've got one online.
Yes.
All right, give us the one online, then we come to these 2 guys. It's up to you guys. Me, I'm free until 12. All right, give us the online one.
Good evening. How can I deal with the issue of hiring people and they stay at the company and they build it? Challenge we have nowadays is that everyone wants to start a company, so we are now in a business of training and they leave and start their own thing. How can I deal with that issue?
How much are you paying them? Yeah. You know, so people are not going to stay when they know they can get money elsewhere. More for the same work. You understand what I'm saying? So it's simple. And one of the strategies that you use to retain people is shareholding. That's why you find that CEOs are given shares within the company to keep them down. You get what I'm saying? And so when you're speaking to your team, you ask them, what are you going to be doing in the next 5 years? If what they are thinking in the next 5 years has got nothing to do with your company, you know they are the wrong people. They are there, pass. There are other companies that thrive on that. For example, INSCO. When one sends some chicken in, so you're always training, so you've got somebody who's training somebody, it's a model. So it depends what you're doing. So what you can do is you must then look in your company and say, which level do I need to stay? which level can I have coming and go? So if you are a cleaner, I don't care. If you come and go, cleaning is cleaning. But at a certain management level, I'm going to give you some money to make you stay. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to give you bonuses. I'm going to throw in a car there. I'm going to make you stay. I'm going to give you some benefits of flexible hours. You understand what I'm saying? So that I can retain the mind. So not everybody in a company needs to be retained. Some let them go. You understand what I'm saying? So you must do an HR look and say who needs to be kept, and is that person worth it, and how much does it, because everybody has got a price, and that price changes with what they need to achieve in life. So when somebody is coming from school, like for example in our medical centers, we employ people that are coming from the district or something, but we know that they're going to be with us for 3 years, because they'll be coming from a low salary of 300, 400. When we give them 2,000, 1 point something, 2,000, they are so happy. But after some time, 2,000 stops not being so nice. And now, are you hearing what I'm saying? Anika mota, anika chauto, but hey, my rangu ya ikuneta. Sakatona mna ude banaba to the salary increments. Dagu zoti muna. Aru dase? Akuyenda. Dagu tocha gachi mumwe. So we've got these cycles. So pick up in your level. People come and go. Yeah. All right. Next question.
Evening, everybody. Okay. My name is Tadiwa Nashe Mandive. I'm a life coach and project manager. And coincidentally, today there's actually a pitch. It was an innovation tech under Falling Walls Lab. It's my partners on a CBZ, things like that. So as a life coach, I was paying attention to these pitch presenters who are giving their ideas and innovations. And the finalist, Ajazoenda Ku Berlin, they won, I think, $1,000 here out of Pio Papo, Marana, Ped, Mamo, Marizawan. So I was paying attention to things like my non-verbals more than my verbals. So you noticed a lot of people had great ideas and they were saying them, but posture is low, they're not confident in what they're saying. You could tell that this person knows what they're talking about, but the delivery was
Question.
poor. Yes, so the question now is, with suggestions, equity, other than books, I know you mentioned my books, how can someone actually improve on their, like non-verbals especially? You touched on things like dressing and things so forth. So that was my first question. The other one is related to this one, which is there's certain things like accent where I can't really change the way I talk, because some people I could hear great but accent yakega. It's like they want to say heard, but I heard a papers. There are certain things that you can't change. So for people like that, can they rope in other aspects and factors so that their presentation is on point, or something that they can change about the way they pronounce their words? Thank you.
All right. So the answer is pretty simple. Number one, if you know you cannot present, but you are the author of you're the originator of the idea, get a team person who can present, who has got the accent, who has got the posture, and who's good at public speaking. If you don't want that, then go and do a public speaking course. For your own information, I did one. Seller. Okay? I did one. I still listen to how to speak fast. The one that I was listening to recently is how to think fast and rich. You get what I'm saying? Because you can think fast and stupid. You get what I'm saying? You know? So you need to know how to think wise and fast, how to talk, you know? And that's why we said we need to get trained. If you're in business, serious about business, you need to learn how to talk. And one of the things that I did to increase my language or the richness of my English is that I had an app on my phone, and every day I would learn one language, I would learn one word, so that I'll be able to express myself in English beyond. In fact, most people, they use their English language is 250 words. it has been seen that rich people, their English language or their vocabulary must be at least 1,000 words. And most of us, are you hear what I'm saying? Language restricted. Because that father, mother, bus stop, road. I hear what I'm saying? See road only, road. Don't, look to the left, look to the right, road only, don't turn, just road. No. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You must be able to express yourself, so you can give yourself and increase your diction by learning words. So I learn words, I still learn words. When I'm studying like the Bible, I open, I do study, I do Oxford, I do Webster's Dictionary, so that I can increase my vocabulary. So my vocabulary, I even did the GRE, Yoko America. So if you do it, you, my friend, if you can't do a PhD to America without doing a GRE. It's not TOEFL or English for carers. No, that one, road only, wipe. This one is proper English. You need to know how to speak English. So you train and learn. So in terms of all those pitches, I used to be an adjudicator for potras, and I ended up teaching them how to pitch all those innovators. I read over 1,500 innovations, and I just said, these people, some of them were not innovations, and I had to then come with a training program for them at that time. So it's something that I've done also very well. Last question, then we close. We're already over our time. This is 19:33. Give us 2 minutes, then we close. Yes, sir. Please, can you go ahead? Can you give him a mic, then we close, guys? Thank you guys for staying. I hope it's a good question. Because if it's not, guys, just walk out. just. All right.
You're putting pressure on me. Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, sir.
And my fellow brothers and sisters. Firstly, I would like to commend you on your new podcast. It's fire.
Thank you. Please like it, share, learn. There's a podcast that I did with Arthur. Something that we're trying to do. If you guys share, we'll be able to get more quality speakers and questions. And you can also send in questions that you want us to ask, those people that will be interviewing. Thank you.
I'm seeking clarity on terms of building a team, because I was once in a situation whereby I got people with the right credentials that impressed the investors. However, I felt that after the war myth, I had given the investors the wrong impression that I have the right support. So when they gave us funding, it almost crushed me, because I had to solve all the problems on my own, because these team members were not on board, and also we did not have enough money to compensate them the way they should be compensated. So my question is, how do I get the team members to participate in a meaningful way that also offload pressure on me as the visionary of the idea? And also, how do I get them to have a skin in the game, or to have something to lose without telling them that this is the way you have a skin in the game?
All right. That's a good question. And I always say, listen, people, they will put their life into something if it's benefiting them in one way or the other. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get a team with the right resume, right qualifications, but they don't see themselves in it, they don't value the business, they just came in because you called them, then you're in problem. What I normally do when I'm looking for a team like that, I look for a person and give them something they are looking for. So I ask them, what is it that you want? Why are you here? I want to get that question. For example, I will tell you a case in point. I had one lady, she was a chartered accountant, she was working for Econet. So Econet was not giving her time to go and have a school run. So when she came to me, so when I advertised, I'm looking for somebody with this qualification, she came to the interview. And I said, what is it that you want? He said, I want time to go and pick up my kids and come back. Then I said to her, I cannot match what Econet is giving. You will have a salary cut, but you will have your kids. She said, I would rather have my kids. Up to now, 6 years down the line, she's still working for me. Because I gave her value. You understand what I'm saying? These guys gave her money, but it's not what she wanted. So the most important thing is you must look at your team. What is it that they want? Others want to send their kids to school. Others want to buy a car. Others want to have a wedding. Want to have a strong job. Someone to be close to their family. What is it that is making them stick with you? And you give them that. You address their pain point. Or the other way is to give them shareholding. Now, shareholding, it's another game that you need to understand with investing. I might not give you shareholding, but I can give you profit share. So when you leave, the company is still mine. But when you leave with, you no longer get that profit share. But that profit share, for the meantime, so I've got somebody that I work with that the company is 100% mine, but whenever we do a deal, they get a profit share. And because of that profit share, they're the one that actually ran with that deal. You understand what I'm saying? Recently, we are doing some land development, 8-1 stands and what somewhere. The project manager is going to get 3 stands. It's equivalent to about 90,000 over 6 months. It's a lot of money. But I don't want to be running office by office. So I said, listen, this is what you're going to get. Run it. You're going to have 90,000 coming to you. And the deal runs. You understand what I'm saying? So I gave them a skin in the game. If you don't achieve this, we will not give you their stands. It's your loss. So what are you giving to those people? If you give them nothing, you will get nothing. If you give people nuts, then expect some monkey wax. All right. Did you get something? All right. Thank you so much.
Come on, a standing ovation. It will be befitting. Let's give it a standing ovation. Another big round of applause. And Sela, you may kindly take your seat. I'm going to ask the first 2 rows on the middle section to kindly take a leave. The first 2 rows on the middle section, please. You may kindly take a leave. The rest of us, please, let's remain seated for the following announcements. Just for a brief announcements, our business mentor is also the senior pastor and apostle of Wisdom City Ministries International. And therefore, each and every Sunday, we do have a service in this auditorium and Sunday school that will be running concurrently with both services. Our first service starts from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30, and our second service starts from 10:30 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. Moreover, tomorrow on the 3rd of August, Dr. SM's wife, Pastor D. Chirisa, who will be hosting Jewel's meeting, and the topic is First Love. The meeting will be commencing promptly from 11 a.m. to 1